What's up, everybody? We got some more StarCraft 2 action for you here today, and we're actually looking at the finals of the Dirt Dogs Starcraft 2 tournament here. So, in the top right, we've got the green Protoss, ScoobyJ, and in the bottom left, we have the pink Zerg, Fredrick. The ScoobyJ was, of course, knocked out in a previous round of the tournament by Ahab. But because of Ahab's timing issues and his inability to attend some games along the way, or some mumbo jumbo like that, ScoobyJ, it was decided, would replace him in the tournament. So Jay has managed to make his way to the finals against Fredrick. Just getting out after his pylon. The map is, of course, Xel'naga Caverns. It's not a very big map. It's a map that I think Zerg tend to like. It's a pretty quick rush distance here. There's lots of alternate routes of attack. There's of course the two chokes here by your natural. Jay going for the double gas steal. It's a very unusual technique, although it is going to prevent any early rush roaches, roach rushes, whichever way you want to order those two words. So that's one strategy that's taken right off the table, but having both of these assimilators go up is going to be very costly for Jay, so we're going to have to see how he's going to deal with that. Fredrick slowly scouting out there with his overlord. And after blocking off these assimilators, I would expect Fredrick to either go for a fast expand or go for some really aggressive early pressure with some Zerglings. Because obviously he's, well, for one thing, he's had his tech routes kind of narrowed down a little bit, but for another, having wasted all those minerals on these assimilators, Jay's defenses are going to be a little bit weak. Those assimilators that cost, what, 75 each? Yeah, so it's 150 minerals out of his build order. That's just not something he can account for. Looks like these Zerglings are streaming out across the map. Looks like they're going to get there just at the same time as his overlord. Not that that really makes any difference. But Jay doesn't have anything to deal with this. He took a little bit of time before pumping out that zealot. So these Zerglings just get a free reign in the base. They're probably going to be able to take out this pylon, but here come the probes to fend them off. These Zerglings are probably going to be able to deal with these probes just fine, but oh, here comes the zealot. He's going to be able to take a lot of those hits. The probes probably going to be needed to take out those Zerglings. A few reinforcements coming in. You see a few more coming out across the map, but they're not rallied all the way into the base. It looks like the Zerglings have cleaned up everything so far. They go back onto that pylon. If they can get that pylon down, that gateway is going to be unpowered and Jay's going to be out of it. Down goes the pylon, but there's only a few Zerglings left. Jay pulling off most of his probes. Fredrick a little bit apprehensive about dealing with this. He runs out of the base and Jay slaps down another pylon to seal off the entrance. Another pylon coming up, powering that gateway. His Zerglings are just going straight for the gateway now. Here comes the zealot. Smartly moving it down here. If he'd sat up here, the Zerglings would have gotten full surround. They probably would have been able to take it out. But here comes some more Zerglings. Fredrick's putting everything he's got into pumping as many Zerglings as he can. He does have an expansion here. He's slowly killing off these simulators with his queen. Doesn't look like he's doing any injecting though. This gateway is just about ready to go down, but Jay does have a second gateway up and running. Stalker's going to be coming out soon, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. There's a lot of Zerglings building up here outside the base. Probably going to be able to brute force down this gateway, even with this Stalker shooting at him. And Jay is in a bit of trouble here. Looks like Fredrick has two bases up. Doesn't matter if you skip your injects on your queen, that just means you can inject two bases at once, right? Cannon coming down, but both the Cyber Core and the Gateway are just about dead, so it's probably going to be a little bit too late. Zerglings are now in the base. There's only so much a single Stalker can do, even if it does have the ability to shoot at range. Down goes the Stalker. Jay's determined to kill off these Zerglings. He's pulled all of his probes. But is it going to be enough? Looks like he's got enough to clear up this threat, but more reinforcements yet coming in. If he can get this cannon done, he might be able to fend off any attacks. He's returned to mining for the time being. He's hoping the cannon might be enough to push the Zerglings out of his base for good. Cannon comes up, but of course, cannon cannot shoot all the way over to this side of the base. So more reinforcements. Fred's probably going to have enough to be able to knock down this cannon. If Jay could have surrounded that cannon with his probes to take all the damage, it might have been okay, but that doesn't seem to have happened. And honestly, even if he did do that, he would have lost all of his probes anyways, and all these Zerglings streaming in now. That looks to be about the end for Joshu. And there is the good game. And Fredrick takes game 1 of the finals.